Today on Adventure Men, we're flying into the heart of Arkansas to explore an airport with a secret fishing hole at the end of the runway.
And clear prop, I don't see anybody, clear outside, clear all the way around, okay.
North Little Rock Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 2138 Zulu. Wind 170 at 6 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition few at 2,500. Few at 6,000. Temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 23 Celsius. Altimeter 2,999 inches of mercury. Remarks, density altitude 2300.
All right, my brakes are good. Check yours.
So you do have brakes on your side?
Well, I'm using this right here. The
oh,
handle.
you use your parking. Okay. And check your brakes. And brakes check.
Whenever you're ready, I'm going to give it to you. We're going to take off on 17.
That's what I thought. Okay.
All right, your controls.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
All right, I'm going to hit the I believe button on you with taking off with this weight and configuration.
Yeah, I checked this before we left here.
Okay.
I'm heads down for a second.
I'm heads up. I got us on taxi. I got the
I'm dialing this in here. KPMJ.
Right.
KMPJ, I should say.
My foot placement on these. Get comfortable here.
What's going on, guys? I've got my friend Kyle here with me.
What's up, guys?
I'm Josh, in case you don't know me, and I think we got Isaiah back here in the back.
That's right.
We just heard about this little fishing hole on a runway, or near a runway, I should say, and I'm just curious if it has any fish, so let's go check it out and find out.
Sounds good. We're going to go over here and run up.
Yeah, let's do the run up over here.
Okay.
And we'll swing it around and do it into the wind.
Okay. We get a good feel for these rudders. So there's stops right above where your feet make contact with the brakes.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about the Cherokee, because it can be difficult to tell where the brake pedals are and where your feet need to go. Yeah, swing it right.
Okay, so I've got it. I'll swing us right. Okay, I'm comfortable now. That's better. All right, swing into the right, clear on the right, still clear on the left, getting into the wind for the run up. All right,
yeah,
and brakes,
right,
crew.
looks good.
All right, on the brakes.
Roger. We'll set the parking brake here.
Yep.
And okay. Fuel pumps on. We'll leave the landing light off for now.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go power to 2,000.
Sounds good.
Right mag. That's good. Back to both. Left mag. That's good. Back to both. We'll go full power for just a second. We have good power. Pull the power back just a little bit, back to 2. Carb heat, we got a good drop. Idle, it doesn't die. Carb heat's back off. Power coming back in just a little bit.
Okay.
Fuel pump's on. We'll leave the lights on dim.
Thrusters on.
Landing light for takeoff. Beacon staying on. Carb heat's off. We are ready for takeoff.
All right, North Little Rock traffic, 48 Juliet, taking off runway 7 departing to the west, North Little Rock. Been a while since Kyle's flown a single prop, but anticipating just a little bit of P factor, so a little bit of right rudder on the way out, right?
Yeah.
Been a minute for me, dude, so.
It seems like we still need a little bit of right rudder in
on
the
the 130, I think we do.
It's not much, but it's not nearly as much as one of these.
I got clear on final clear,
clear,
right, left, and above, taking the active. No other conflicting calls. Power's coming in. Once we get center line, I'll get off the brakes and go feet down.
And this baby will stop with 1,000 feet remaining. So if we
power's
need it,
coming
that's
in.
what we got.
Okay. All right, I'm off the brakes, feet flat on the rudders.
Good oil pressure.
Good
Airspeed's coming alive.
Airspeed's alive. Rotate 65.
55 knots, which is the inner ring on this puppy.
Okay. There we go, and rotating. And climbing away.
Beautiful.
Yep, 70 and climbing out. I'm going to pull up a little bit.
And we do have the Class Charlie here, so I go ahead and make your bid. I know we're a little
clear to the right, coming right.
Clear right.
I'd probably pull a little bit more. We got the speed to play with.
Yeah,
it's just that red Stallhorn was coming on for me.
Yeah, she's a little bit of a pig right now. We are heavy.
All right, got the birds on the right. We're clear straight ahead. I got the towers in sight.
Yeah.
We got plenty of airspeed to climb up now.
Yeah, looking good.
All right, clear right, coming right.
Clear. Camp Robinson's right over here, about
Yeah.
1, 2 o'clock. They're on the same frequency as us, so if you make the radio call, they'll be on that as well.
Okay. Alright, I got the water tower well above. I got one tower flashing. I'm avoiding it to the right. We'll be well above.
Roger.
And then we'll skirt inside of Camp Robinson here.
Yeah, so me and Kyle just came back from a trip from the Philippines. That was quite the trip right there. It was a pretty good time. I'm so glad to be home though. We've been gone for over a month.
Oh, yeah.
And on the way back, we flew through Japan. We hit Wake Island. And then we hit Hawaii, and then we picked our way through thunderstorms on the way back. That was a mess, man.
Dude, I can imagine.
All right, so we got Camp Robinson over here. You can make a call. Tell them you're to the south transitioning.
Alright. Camp Robinson, 48 Juliet, Piper 140 is just to the south, transitioning to the west, Camp Robinson. And that went out for KORK too, same frequency, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm really curious. You know, I've flown into Pettigene a few times, and I'm curious if there's fish in that pond. I think it's Lake Bailey. Is that what they
I
call
think
it?
that's what it is, yeah.
Lake Bailey.
I'm really curious too.
And I'm sure there's fish in it. There's fish in almost every pond, especially in Arkansas.
Yeah, true.
But, you know, I bought these when we were in Japan on the way home. I think you bought a couple of them too, but I bought these lures, these bass lures that were, they were at a 100 yen store, so it's like 75 cents for these bass lures. So I'm just curious if we can actually catch anything with those. What do you think?
I think we can.
I don't know
We'll
if they're-
see. The only thing that would be limiting today is maybe the weird weather,
Yeah,
but hopefully they're hungry. It's that time of year, it's getting warm. I think we can get something.
yeah. We did have quite a few thunderstorms roll through. Like I said, we picked our way through thunderstorms last night on the way back from Hawaii and Moffett Airfield in California. And man, that was a mess last night. Not last night, the night before.
Yeah.
And we made it back, so the thunderstorms were here too. And I don't know, I really don't know how that affects fish. I've always heard that they bite better, but
Sometimes.
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of the Class Charlie, or out from beneath the Class Charlie, I should say. We never were in the Class Charlie. And yeah, I've got you a pink line right here, going to Pettigene, so it's just kind of
Let's go
right
ahead.
over this way.
Let's take it. All right, clear right. Taking a bit to the right.
She says we're 31 miles away at 91 knots, so that's like a third of an hour. So what is that, like 20 minutes?
Yeah. I'm gonna pitch up just a little bit more. We got 90 on the speed, so I think we got some speed to give.
If you want, let's just level off like around 2,000 just for these clouds.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no reason to get close to them. All the thunderstorms are supposed to be behind us according to the weather. Yeah, so we're taking off of North Little Rock Airfield, and that lies just beneath the Class Charlie shelf for Adams, which is Little Rock. And as you can probably see, the base is off to the northeast side, and so that's Class Delta over there. And so we just avoided all that airspace. And this airspace is kind of tricky because there's also some restricted airspace there as well, which I don't believe it's active today, but I still don't like flying through restricted areas, even if it's not active. I just weird like
It's
that.
not necessary to stay away from it.
Yeah. All right, so once we level off here, we'll pull the power back to maybe to 2400, and then we'll just lean the mixture right here.
All right, about 50 feet to go. There's your 2. We'll arrest this flight climb we have. There's 0 on the trending instrument. I want a little nose down.
Have you ever flown into Pettigene?
No, I haven't. Not. I just did a 130.
Okay. You just did approaches. Obviously, we can't land there.
Yeah.
But apparently, you can land over at Russellville, though. That's what Seth was saying.
I think we can. I think it's stressed for us, and I think we can.
It is. I think it's stressed for a little less than what we weigh, but with the airfield manager approval, I think we can do I want to say it's like 4 landings a week or something.
If we can just get approval. I know Seth has got stuff going on with that guy.
Well, I think there's an LZ survey there, is what Seth was saying.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
All right, I got us about level 2,000, mostly trimmed. I already pulled it back, anticipating about 23, 24. We're holding about 10 feet below 2, whatever this altimeter's doing for us.
All right. Now, you want to have a little bit of fun on the way over there?
I do, and if you want the controls, I'll do it. That way I can text my wife and let her know we're airborne.
Okay, I've got the controls.
All right, your controls.
My controls. And we're going to do a little bit of dive and drive down towards the Arkansas River here. We're mainly concerned about birds down here. I'm pretty familiar with the towers and stuff, but birds are kind of a factor this time of year. But we'll keep an eye out for them. If they start getting too many birds, we'll climb back up. But
Okay.
over water or sparsely populated areas, we can fly just about as low as what we want. We'll slip the airplane a little bit, head down. So we're not actually allowed to slip the C-130. It's against the -1, what it says to do. And without even thinking the other day, I slipped it by well, it wasn't by accident. It was on purpose, but I just forgot.
Yeah.
And the guy I was flying with just
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You're gonna kill us.
We do have a rudder-heavy aircraft on that thing, so it does get people's attention.
Well, you know, it's funny because
we have all the appropriate symbology in the HUD for it too.
Well, we do, and the other thing is that technically you're slipping the airplane when you use the wing low method, so I don't really understand why it's a problem.
That's true, yeah.
So as we're flying down here, I'm intentionally flying fast because what that gives us is, it gives us the ability to zoom climb. So if we were to lose an engine down here, we could pop back up and land in one of these fields over here, and it wouldn't be an issue. So I always think that's important to stress because like people get so concerned when you're flying low, and that doesn't look like a person, but we're going to stay more than 500 feet away from him.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not a human being.
It's
so
not, it's a buoy.
We're more than 500 feet away from him anyways. That's just a buoy though. So I'm trusting the GoPro Sticky Mount today. I don't know how much I trust it, but I put a brand new one on there, so if we get there and we don't have a tail mount, and you guys are watching this video, and there's no tail footage, I lost my GoPro back there. Alright, I'm coming down on purpose, and I'm going to pop back up here. Sounds good? We'll come back up now. Yeah. Just got to have a little fun for a second there. Yeah. And then we are headed to Pettigene. So things to think about, most people aren't going to know this, but there are probably C-130s flying today, being Friday, and they're going to be coming up. They're actually going to be coming up left to right up there.
Yeah, on the military training route right there, yeah.
We do have Conway off the right-hand side. They're no factor.
I got John, heads up.
All right, 22.9er for the frequency here. And we'll get the weather here in just a second as well. We might not be able to hear it yet.
Yeah, I have to climb up a little more.
They don't have weather there, so we can get the...
Are you talking about at Pettigene?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have weather there.
Russellville has it at 32,475.
I'll do that while you fly.
Okay, 32,475.
Be able to get 32.47 out
so
of that.
pull the... Yeah, there you go. Pull it out to get the quarter turns.
Yep, there you go. You got 32.475. We'll
swap her over. We'll see if we can hear some weather.
All right, swap.
We may not be able to get it quite yet.
Nah, I don't have anything. I'll flip it back for now.
I know where Pettigene is. You can see kind of the...
I see the climb of the ridge. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the ridge where it is, and it's just on the left side of that. It says we're 16 miles away.
And even though it's not modern, you still gotta love like mostly modern technology with the GPS in the plane.
I know, it's just
so much better than trying to be navigate to navigate.
Even though this is like 80s technology, what
Whatever,
we're looking at here.
Yeah. That's way better than us trying to track VOR to VOR to get over here. In my opinion. Some older pilots might disagree, but I'm like, you know, I just take the GPS most days.
And I'm curious about this pond over here.
I'm hoping to catch some fish, man. I was wanting to fish the whole time in the Philippines, and
I know I
never got to.
Well, we got to see some fish.
Yeah, we did.
I guess whale sharks are fish. What's the pattern altitude over there? Looks like 50, so... Oh, it's 923, so we'll be at 1900.
1900, sounds good.
2000 for the pattern altitude.
Yeah, rounded up.
And we should be coming in from the south. With the winds, I believe they're from the south. If we don't get Russellville, I feel pretty comfortable This altimeter, we're not very far away, so I feel comfortable with this altimeter that we have. Are you wanting to land this puppy?
I'll let you have this one since I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I'm sure.
Okay,
If we decide to do some touch and goes and get exciting, then we'll do that, but...
Oh, we can spin around and do a touch and go?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
We can do that, maybe I'll try and get one in.
So I'll basically kind of talk through what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'll talk through what I'm doing, and the reason for that is because here in a little bit I'm going to have Isaiah maybe try a couple times.
Okay.
And so, honestly, it's almost better to see stuff than to just sit there and kind of hear these things spoken but not actually see it in practice. And so
Yeah.
I've always found value in sitting in the back seat a lot of times, especially in, you know, complex airplanes like a C-130.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't really understand what the instructor's talking about unless you're sitting in the back seat. And
Especially when you're not at the controls, trying to, brain's not doing 3 different things at once.
So essentially what we're going to do, looks like Pettigenes are all standard traffic patterns. So we're going to enter on a left downwind. And what that means is we're going to be beside the airport. And we're just going to fly rectangles, left-handed rectangles all the way around the airport. And when we start descending, we're basically going to use the power to descend us. And we're also going to use these flaps right here. On the trailing edge of the wing, we have something that can help us descend faster. And so we're mainly concerned about our speed right here, which we're looking at the center ring. We're not looking at these big numbers on the outside because we're pilots, and pilots don't use miles an hour anymore. That was like something they used to do in the 40s.
They did use miles per hour at one point? I didn't know that. Okay, well, I learned something.
So the reason why we changed is because when we started using latitude and longitude, one nautical mile equals 1 degree of latitude. And so that's where the change came into play.
Yeah.
And so now you can figure out exactly how long it's going to take you to get somewhere really quickly because of that. All right, we're at 2,000 feet. Pettigene's basically dead ahead, but I'm going to kind of swing around to the left and enter that downwind pattern.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know when you want to make an entering call, and I'll,
Yeah, you can
give
tell
it
them that we're 10 miles to the northeast if you want.
I'll do it.
And we're going to enter a left downwind for, it's
You could do
2-0, I believe.
2-1.
2-1, that's right, 2-1.
All right. Pettigene traffic, 48 Juliet, 10 miles to the northeast. We'll be entering left downwind for runway 21, Pettigene.
This airport is so cool too because there's that pond is literally right on the edge of 03.
Yeah, so I flew it in the flight sim yesterday, and the
Did
flight
you really?
sim. I'm really interested to see how the flight sim compares. So,
Yeah,
because I also checked the flight sim out for MACTAN and for Cebu, and it was fairly accurate, but it was not identical.
Okay.
No, and so I'm excited to see how it does. I think maybe it does better in the United States.
So I'm curious, and we talked about this the other day. You might take some of this footage from today and compare it in the flight sim and put that on your channel, right?
I will. Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that link in the description. So like, once you guys are watching this, you should check that out because I'm genuinely interested to see like the difference. Like Microsoft Flight Simulator is very realistic, but I'm just curious how realistic it is.
What do you think, Isaiah? How's the view? How's flying in a small aircraft for your first time?
It's okay.
Yeah, kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What birds do.
So it's crazy, like, you know, we're not wearing shoulder harnesses right now.
Yeah,
it feels so illegal.
I don't have 14 checklists open. Not that I ever do that in the C-130.
No, you would never do that.
Only 2. Only 2 at most.
And we did an airdrop the other day, and I had 2 checklists open.
Yeah.
And I was busy, man. I was busy.
Helmet fire.
This airfield is kind of hard to see until you're kind of right up on it. So, according to this guy, we're only 5 miles away. So you can go ahead and make a 5-mile call.
Sure.
It's not a standard call, but I like to make a 5-mile call.
No, that's fine. I'll let him know we're 5 miles to the east. Pettigene traffic, 48 Juliet is Piper 140 inbound for runway 21, making left downwind. We are currently 5 miles to the east. Pettigene traffic. A little bit long-winded there, but, you know, in case someone's out there.
It's better than not making a radio call at all,
Yep.
which I've seen. Okay, so we'll start running the checklist now. Everyone make sure you got your seatbelts on, please.
Yep, seatbelts on. You're
Fuel
good,
selector
Isaiah?
valve on the proper tank. Right tank's fine. We may switch later. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fuel pump on.
Makes sense. Yep.
That's just an extra fuel pump. And then we got mixture full rich. Carb heat staying off for now. We'll get the rest here in just a minute. 2,000 feet. We should be seeing this puppy any second. It's kind of, I remember it being difficult to see from this side.
I do too. When I flew it in the simulator, I
There's
think
like
I got
Bailey.
it.
That's like Bailey right there where we're going to try to catch the fish.
Yep. The runway should be.
Yeah, it should just be. I see
right
a
through
slight
there.
cutout in the trees, and I do believe that's right
I think
there.
I've definitely got the field in sight now.
Yeah.
The actual runway. Because this,
I see the two hangars
Yeah.
on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Now, supposedly Pettigene is for sale.
Ha.
I've
Cool.
heard it's for sale. I don't know.
That
if
would be a
that's
cool
true.
thing to own, at least at one point in your life.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm heads down real quick.
I'm heads up here. Maybe we can get together and buy it. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Should be cool if we could. All right, we're about 2 miles out, and we'll make an entry here in just a second.
I know from the sim yesterday, at least building some SA with the simulator, that the runway basically terminates right here.
Yeah, it's.
So I think it's right under our nose right now. Here.
I see the runway now.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah. You can go ahead and make the downwind call
I'll
if
go
you
do
would.
it. Yep. Pettigene traffic, 48 Juliet, entering left downwind, runway 21, Pettigene.
And just so there's no confusion, this is going to be a touch and go, and we'll come back and we'll try to have you do one.
Well, actually, real quick, what if we, is your wife still waiting on us, man?
I don't think she's waiting on us now. I let her astray. I didn't realize it was going to be closed. All right, we are downwind
Okay, let's
here.
focus
You
on
made
that.
the radio call.
We did. All right, we got the airfield in sight. Totems are good. Landing here is good. We got good weather.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Good aircraft. Everything looks
All
good.
right, we are abeam our touchdown point. I'm a little wide. I mean, we're right at a mile, but I like to be tight. We're in the wide arc. First notch of flaps coming in. So we'll lower that first notch, and that's going to really start helping us descend. I'm going to go ahead and turn the carb heat on. And now we're pitching for our airspeed. So we're pitching for 70 knots. So if I'm getting fast, right now I'm getting a little slow, so I pitch down. If I was getting fast, I'd pitch up. And so we got the runway right there.
Yep, got
We're
it
waiting
inside.
for it to be 45 degrees off our wing. And when we roll base, we'll make a left turn.
Pettigene, 48 Juliet, left base, runway 21, Pettigene.
So now I'm pitching for my airspeed, and I'm using power for my altitude. And right now, we may be just a touch high, so I'm just going to pull that power back just a little bit. So we're trying to descend with less power. I'm going to go ahead and lower that second notch. Getting a little slow, so I'm going to pitch down. Left turn. We might be just a touch high, so I'm going to go ahead and lower those flaps.
Okay.
And notice how I lowered them in the turn. I
Yeah,
believe that you should be using flaps in a turn, and I'm going to be talking about that really soon on my free pilot training channel. Right now I'm pitching for 60 knots, so I'm a little fast, so I'm going to pitch up. Might be a little high, so I'm going to start pulling that power back.
It does tighten up that
Yep,
turn radius.
we have a slight, it feels like we have a slight left to right crosswind there. I'm getting slow, so I'm going to pitch down. Power for altitude. I'm going to go ahead and turn the carb heat off here.
That sounds good.
We don't actually need it right now.
All right, final looks clear. No other planes in the pattern. Good runway. Good configuration.
All right. All right, we might be a little high. I stayed high for those trees. Now we're
Yep.
going to go to idle power because I know we're going to make the runway. Pitching for my airspeed. Maybe a little right of center line. Now I'm just going to slowly come down into the landing phase. I'm just going to freeze the nose right here. It just takes more and more backstick pressure.
Yep.
All right, deep breath. Flaps coming down, or flaps coming up, I should say. Carb heat's off. Power. Power set. It has some slight crosswinds. They're kind of blowing me all over there.
Yeah, I got him a little bit of the left quarter.
Airspeed's coming alive. Oil pressure's in the green. There's rotate. Now, I do have some terrain off the nose, so I'm going to stay low on purpose here for just a second to build up our airspeed. I'm intentionally doing this because I want to clear that terrain, and now we're going to climb at VX.
That was smart.
I feel like we do have a slight tailwind.
We do. We got a quartering wind off that, according to that sock.
We have a quartering wind.
It was a quartering tail off
Let's
the
do
left.
a
So you
let's do
wanna
a
come back?
right 90,
Okay.
left 270.
Okay.
And if you'll make the radio call for a right 90, left 270, I'll
Yep.
have you come back around and we'll make this a full stop.
Cool. Petty Jean traffic, 48 Juliet is on the go, runway 21, going out for a right 9270, coming back, runway Petty Jean traffic.
Alright, clear right.
Clear right, got you clear, got good airspeed.
So people make mistakes all the time by, if you know you need to clear terrain, you need that ability to change the airspeed for altitude. Alright, you ready to take over?
I am ready.
Okay, I've got you climbing at 60 knots on purpose.
Yep, 60. Whoop. Got it.
Your controls.
My controls.
Your controls.
That was weird. Okay. Back into climb.
So go ahead and you're in the wide arc. Go ahead and lower the first notch of flaps. I know this is kind of non-standard. I'm just having you do that so we can
There it is.
build a stall buffer here.
Okay.
And just kind of gently lower the nose and let that airplane still speed up.
Okay.
Go ahead and lower the second notch. We're in the wide arc. This is not normal what we're doing here.
There you go, second notch.
Alright. Okay, you can go ahead and lower the third notch and then you can go ahead and set up for landing. And call final if you would.
Yep. Petty Jean traffic, 48 Juliet is on final, runway 7, Petty Jean.
Alright, everyone's got their seatbelts on. Flaps are full.
Fuel pump is
Everything's
still
good.
on.
We are good to go. You're right. You
Good
may be like
airspeed.
5 knots fast. Everything else is looking great.
Alright, good flaps, good configuration, everyone's got seatbelts, we're good to go. Alright, over the pavement, power's coming back. Power out.
Yeah.
A little weird, sorry about that, that's okay.
It's all good. We just landed in a slight crowd,
Right.
that's all.
Alright, letting it roll out, going around this animal right there, okay. Petty Jean traffic, 48 Juliet on the active back taxiing runway 21 to park. Petty Jean. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday in the sim too. I was trying to see how accurate everything was, including the taxiway and everything else. So the taxiway looks super clean in the sim. So one thing people should be aware of is always check your NOTAMs. Hey, we're in Petty Jean. Finally made this happen, dude. It's exciting.
I'm excited. I think there's fish out here.
Hey, you good, man?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Cool. All right. Cool. All right.
So we're here on the ground at Petty Jean Air Park, and as you can see, we got the pond over there. I guess that's Lake Bailey, and there's nobody out here. I guess only pilots are allowed here right now, so I feel special.
Exactly how it should be.
That's exactly right. That's how it should be.
Yeah, I highly expect all of our high-end, really expensive Japanese fishing gear to end up at the bottom. I say that, it'll probably do really well, but I also kind of expect it to end up at the bottom of the lake. We'll see.
Yeah, it's hard to know. We might have to go to the end of the runway over there. I think we're not going to be able to get in over here. I saw something jump as we came in. That's going to be tough for all of us to fish in. Let's go out to the end of the runway because that way we can all fish from here. All right, so I got my Japanese lure on here and we're ready to go. All right, so unfortunately, we did get skunked, but I still had a
I
blast.
feel like we won still. We flew 20 minutes to a place that usually takes like an hour and a half to drive. And honestly, this has been beautiful.
I know. I think that maybe next time we try catching catfish, that might have been what was really moving out here. Or maybe we just showed up at a bad time. I don't know.
Yeah, I do think if we dropped a worm on a bobber, we'd be better off fishing from the bank. I think we could kill him if we had a boat. So I think maybe we need to do the kayak thing. You were talking about an inflatable kayak.
What would really be fun is to set a trot line out or some yo-yos.
And then camp.
Yeah,
like
camp
these other
out here. There's some campsites out here, and there's 2 tents over here actually. And I don't know how they got out here, to be honest.
I don't either.
I mean,
unless somebody drove in down the taxiway or something and dropped them off, because there's no other. The good thing is though, there's running water. The shower's actually got hot water. So I checked the shower. So camping out here, bringing your family for a fly-in camping trip, not a bad idea. So
I know, I think it would be fun. So, but we're gonna head back and
yeah, this is awesome. It's good
go
stuff.
do some more of what I love.
Yeah,
flying.
let's go fly.
Right in the middle. Alright, now we're just playing Pac-Man right in the middle of the runway. Put the power in, full power. put all the power in. Go ahead and push it all the way in. Keep your hand on the throttle, good job. Now we're just going down the runway. Keep your hand right here, just keep it there. Now we're just waiting for, we got good oil pressure. Now we're just waiting for the airspeed to build up.
Pull up at 60, right?
Yep, we're just waiting for 60 and we're just gonna bring the nose on the horizon. Just keep it right here for just another second. All right, so gently pull back. Good job. Push down just a little. Perfect.